Andre Lacazette, the Premier League, Ibrahimovic, the European Cup, Bale and Ronaldo, Louis van Gaal. One of those will definitely be at Manchester United this summer. No prizes for guessing who, but we've got to be positive. The transfer window is still open. The summer will still happen. It hasn't been cancelled despite all the rain, and Manchester United might actually make some positive moves in the transfer window sometime this century. We're talking Lacazette, we're talking Ibrahimovic, we're talking the transfer window, we're talking the Real Madrid ban, De Gea, and much, much more. Let's fly into it. First of all then, Andre Lacazette, mentioned a lot in the summer as a potential target for Manchester United. Quick, direct, two-footed, scores a lot of goals, plays in a tin pot league called the French League, needs to move away from there. And very right, Billy, Lord Ormston MUFC on Twitter, tweeted me about this the other day and said, £24 million, he's available, but nobody will gamble on him because he's not had a particularly great league for France in France this season so far. But £24 million is the price because Newcastle apparently put a bid in, and that was the price they wanted and Newcastle wouldn't pay it. For £24 million, it's a pittance for somebody like Manchester United who are crying out for a quick player who can score goals. And maybe he is exactly the sort of player we want. Linked to Chelsea and Arsenal as well. Apparently he's come out and said he's going nowhere. Now I said that in the summer that it was unlikely because of the European Cup, the Euros coming up in the summer. He wants to cement his French team. But I tell you what, I'm sure if Manchester United came in, he'd come because we're crying out for a striker, and he's the sort of player we would need. And despite people saying he's not had a very good year this year, 24 games I think he's played, he's got 9 goals, so 1 in 3 and no assists, which is quite interesting. So not fantastic, but are we fantastic? Beggars can't be choosers. I think £24 million, as I said, contract up in 2019. He ticks a lot of boxes. I think 24 years of age, he's not 25 until the summer, and he ticks all the boxes. Manchester United need a striker. It absolutely amazes me that we haven't bought anybody. Give us your thoughts on that. The next one sort of ties in what I was going to say about Louis van Gaal. The club are obviously backing him, want to keep him till the summer, but not buying anybody in this transfer window is farcical. A lot of my blame goes towards the board now. I think that Louis van Gaal probably should have been sacked at Christmas. Well, he should have done, I would have done. And every point we dropped since then is on the board. It's not on Louis van Gaal. I mean, if rumours are true, he wanted to walk away. So they should have made changes. But I tell you what, if they were going to back him, sack him or back him, but as I've said before, because we're middle of January now, we need a left back, we need a centre back, we need a right midfielder, and we definitely need a striker. We've bought none. We're halfway through January. If they were back in Louis van Gaal, they should have gone and got these players in the first week of January. But as per usual, Woodward's messing around. He's probably lost walking around some forest somewhere, not knowing what to do with this Real Madrid transfer ban, which will come to a moment. But Ibrahimovic is really interesting. 35, I think, in September, so only just 34. Whacking the goals in for PSG at the moment. His stats, 24 games, says the same as Lacazette. He's got 18 goals and 9 assists. Yes, it's for PSG, but this is a world-class player. We need a striker. If you put him into our team now, he'd be absolutely fantastic. We need a short-term fix. 4th place is massively, massively an issue for Manchester United. You bring Ibrahimovic now, £10 million, because his contract is up in June, he would make the world of difference. Will we do it? No, we won't, because this is the problem with Louis van Gaal again. Ibrahimovic can't stand him like a lot of players in the continent can't, and he won't come to Manchester United. We lose out. I bet if we had Jose Mourinho or Simeone or even Giggs, we'd be able to go and do that deal. He'd come in for 6 months, probably 18 months, and be an absolute revelation. That's why I mentioned Ibrahimovic. Give us your thoughts on him. I think he'd be perfect for us now. A few months ago I said no, he's too old, but the way the season's gone, it's on its knees, literally on its knees. We are in big trouble, and he'd be perfect, but it can't happen because of the man we've got in charge, who not only is messing up our season, we should have walked this league. We can't buy players like that who would be an absolute bargain and come in and make a massive difference. The Real Madrid transfer ban, interesting. A lot of people quite happy about that. I'm going to touch on De Gea in a minute. But Ronaldo and Bale, let's put the nail in the coffin of that. It's not going to happen. We've talked about it in the past. It will never happen, Bale and Ronaldo. Ronaldo's getting too old. He's not going to come back. He's got MLS written all over him. If you lift this top up, you can see the tattoo. He's off to the MLS. Bale turned us down once. I'm not convinced he wants to come to Manchester United anyway. And this transfer ban, Manchester United is a fantastic club. We love it. But let's look at our last 18 months under Louis van Gaal and the previous bit under Moyes. We're on the decline. We are on the decline, and it's because of the board. I'm not going to go on about Louis van Gaal. We know what the issues are there. It's because of the board. We're on the decline. Why would they come to Manchester United? There's a big chance we might not be in the Champions League as well. We may have the money, but the board have messed up so much. This transfer ban for Real Madrid, though, I don't think they're going to buy anybody in January massively, because they will appeal the ban. They will get next summer, and next summer they're going to go mad. Probably Hazard, De Gea, which we'll come to in a minute, Aguero. They will buy the players, and then they'll have a ban for a couple of years, and it won't matter, because this summer they're going to cause absolute mayhem. They're going to go in there like American snipers with every artillery and just bombard Europe and bring everything they want, because that's what they do. And Woodward will just sit there with his thumb in his mouth, not knowing what to do, saying, can I have Bale? And they'll go, yeah, give us half your squad that's any good. Actually, you can't have Bale. So it's not going to happen. We need to stop talking about Bale and Ronaldo. I said in the summer that Ronaldo had to come last summer anyway. He's getting too old now. We need to be looking at alternatives. Bale, I admit, would be a good signing, but I don't think he's got any interest in coming to Manchester United. No. And to be honest, don't get excited about the transfer ban and January. If we get through it and De Gea's not gone, he's probably going to go in the summer, but we'll discuss that in a minute. Want to go to the Drawty Devil? He's back. Welcome back to the channel, Drawty. They say he lives in a cave a mile out of Vancouver with a man called Keith, and survives on a diet of shredded wheat and maple syrup. Over to you, Drawty, with your obscure rumours.
Yes, hello everyone, it's great to be back, and I've got to say, I'm going to take a slight change in tack this week. Usually I go for the obscure signings that the papers are talking about, but I'm actually going for the players that I've been looking at, probably the papers haven't thought about, which would be ideal for Manchester United. So without further ado, the first player the papers have been linking us with is Alexander Dragovic. Now, if you don't know anything about Dragovic, the 6'1" Austrian is currently playing as centre back for Dynamo Kiev. He is a brilliant defender, although he's not that dissimilar to Nemanja Vidic. He does have great recovery pace and always gets back in the tackle. He does have a bit of a temper problem, and he actually got in a little bit of problems for slapping a government official a couple of years ago. But don't let that put you off of Dragovic, because he is a brilliant defender. You know, Man United really needs someone with steel and aggression at the back. That's what we've been desperately lacking since the departure of Ferdinand and Vidic. Dragovic would be the perfect partnership for Chris Smalling. Now, talking about enforcers and really, really aggressive players, we could do with another one in midfield. Now, Morgan Schneiderlin, he's a great player, you know. He is very, very good, but he isn't that bitey Roy Keane figure that we really, really need. So, Granit Xhaka, Swiss, plays for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Let me get that one right first. Now, he's 23, and he has been linked with all the Premier League clubs over the summer. He does have a bit of a temper problem, but again, like Dragovic, please don't let that put you off. We desperately need someone with that passion. I don't care if he gets a few red cards. If he is doing the business on the field, and he is a defensive midfielder, let me just point that out, we could really, really do with Dragovic and Xhaka to give Manchester United that really aggressive, dominant edge again. We've become soft. We really have become soft. It's like a baby's fart out there at the moment. Teams don't, there is no longer that fear factor of Manchester United. And I really think if we got Xhaka and Dragovic in, it would transform the team. Now, some say he likes to sleep with sea lions, and that his nipples are both in the shape of the Red Devil. All we know is he's called Goldbridge. Back over to you in the studio.
There we are then, the Drawty Devil back. Thanks, brilliant to be back. Red Rumours, the show, your show, on the United Stand every Monday, talking transfers in a realistic way, saying it how it is. David De Gea then. David De Gea will leave Manchester United in the summer. Boo-hoo. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. He wanted to go last summer. Let's get realistic. And I'm going to be fair. I called him a snake and everything like that in the summer, because I'm Manchester United through and through, like all of you. And that's over any player, over any manager, over any board player. The Manchester United club is about Manchester United. It's bigger than anybody. It's bigger than us, the fans, but they are the most important thing, as well as the club. He was going to go in the summer. The fax machine broke. Well done, fax machine. And he didn't go. He wanted to go. Let's be honest. Let's not pretend. We got him by default. He's been fantastic this season. I think we'd be in a worse situation than we are, which is absolutely ridiculous when you think about where we could be if we didn't have David De Gea. But it's Ronaldo all over again. We've kept him for another year than we probably should have done. He's going to go in the summer. He'll go to Real Madrid in the summer. They, as I said before the draw tea there, their transfer ban's not going to kick in this summer. They're going to get David De Gea. They were not happy that they didn't get him. They always get what they want, and this summer they'll come in, guns blazing, and take him, and we will be left in the lurch. Manchester United have got a very interesting period coming up. Louis van Gaal should not be our manager. If he gets us top 4, I'll be happy, but you know what? I'm not going to be proven wrong by saying, oh, you were saying Louis van Gaal out, because I feel like I'm playing a repeat. Because if you go back to the United Stand videos, this time last year, I was saying Louis van Gaal's not the man for Manchester United, but if he gets us top 4, he's proved me wrong. We should not be doing that again this year. We should be winning the league, and this is why David De Gea is going to go. He stayed for a year. What's changed? We've gone backwards from the season where he wanted to go last summer. We've gone backwards. We have gone backwards. Why have we gone backwards? God knows, because Louis van Gaal's still the manager. He's still having his philosophy. He's still had the chance to make all the changes. We're playing worse football. We're in a worse position. David De Gea has got every right to say, I've stayed for another year. I've done what I can do. I'm a world-class goalkeeper. I want to move on. And he can actually say it now, that what's going on at Manchester United, why would I want to stay with this dictator in charge, a poor board, and we're not progressing. We're not on a journey. We're actually going backwards. And that's why I think David De Gea will go in the summer. He'll push for the move. Real Madrid will want him. And unless there's a massive change in Manchester United, i.e. management, better playing football, and we're actually looking like we're going places, which I really hope we do, then David De Gea is going to go this summer. So he won't go in January, he'll go this summer, he'll go to Real Madrid. The transfer ban, they will get it, but it won't kick in until after this summer. And they may even get their appeal won anyway, but they will have this summer to sign who they want. David De Gea will go. Hopefully Louis van Gaal will go. Fellaini will go. I don't want De Gea to go. I think he's an absolutely world-class keeper. But we've got a good backup in Valdez, who probably will go this January. Ridiculous, but that's what happens when you've got somebody in charge, whether you like him or not, who thinks they're bigger than the club, bigger than life themselves, who spends their whole time looking in the mirror, smiling at themselves. He's arrogant. We all knew that about Louis van Gaal, whether you like him or not, and he's a big reason why we can't have people like Ibrahimovic, who I think would be absolutely perfect for the next 4 months. His contract's up in June, and it's why Valdez has not worked out. It's why a lot of our players lack confidence. But that's where he is. I think David De Gea is going to go in the summer. I don't want it to happen, but I can see the writing on the wall. I think we've done well to get a year out of him. But on every level now, I don't think you can even call him a snake, because he stayed for a year and the club have gone backwards, and he's an ambitious lad. He's a Spanish lad. He clearly wants to go back to Spain. And what's the attraction with Manchester United? That is the sad thing. Other than for us, the fans who love the club through thick and thin, as a player, what is the attraction? They're going backwards under a manager who isn't well liked, and we've got a board that just baffle me. But Red Rumours, thanks for watching. It is back. Get commenting below. Lots of controversy, lots of thoughts there. Give us your thoughts. As always, we will reply and get involved. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back later on in the week with previews for the weekend game, and hopefully some transfer news. It is open, Ed. The transfer window's open. Go and buy someone. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the show, just hit that like button below. It really does help us out. And don't forget to subscribe to the United Stand YouTube channel. As well as that, we've also just launched the United Stand Extra Time, where there's going to be loads of bonus content that you guys haven't seen before. There's plenty of ways to get involved, so yeah, just hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and have a great week.